Social media is a constant in most of our lives. We can snap, tweet, Insta, and share at all hours of the day or night, and it never seems to get old. But experts now suggest that excessive use of social media may pose a risk to our mental health. Let's find out more about that now.
So you're dealing with an addicted generation.
This is a big time bomb ticking.
It will get really worse.
Nowadays, many of us rely on social media sites such as Facebook, Snapchat, YouTube and Instagram to connect with each other.
Not that long ago, only a few people lived life through a lens, projected onto the public retina. Now, after a decade and a half of Facebook, everyone has a brand. Everyone curates an image.
Even though these social sites do have their benefits, it's important to keep in mind that social media can never actually replace real-world connections. It has been scientifically proven that having limited face-to-face social contact nearly doubles someone's risk of having depression.
We know, the science is clear, we know that people who spend more time on Facebook suffer higher rates of depression than people who spend less time on Facebook.
During this time of the coronavirus, social media sites have been proven to be very beneficial, and video calling has been used more than ever during this time because sometimes face-to-face communication is not possible.
Wow! Hey Portal, call Kermit!
Fozzie!
Kermit!
I sent everyone a portal so we can be together no matter where we are!
And now we're video calling?
We're video calling!
Woo! Ironically, these social sites are designed to bring people closer together. However, too much exposure to social media can make you feel more lonelier and isolated.
Human beings are profoundly social creatures. We are hungry for acceptance, connections, and love. Social media was supposed to connect us though, but has transpired to make us feel lonely, disconnected, and even depressed. The more we pour our time and energy into social media, and the more people respond, this vicious cycle of positive affirmations creates the hooked effect in our brains.
Numerous studies have found multiple links between heavy social media use and an increase of anxiety and depression in young adults.
The Center for Collegiate Mental Health found that the top 3 diagnoses on university campuses are anxiety, depression, and stress. And numerous studies from the US, Canada, the UK, you name it, have linked this high social media use with these high levels of anxiety and depression.
I recently interviewed a good friend of mine on the experiences that social media had on him while suffering with anxiety and depression.
Do you think that social media made your anxiety and depression worse?
Yes, I do think it kind of contributes to my depression and anxiety because with posts on Facebook, like I've said before, you can see certain things where you don't feel like you belong and you don't feel like you fit into that stereotype kind of category. And also, with your friends and your family, they're more likely to be more mean online than in your face because they can hide behind a screen. So, if I saw a post from a friend or a family or even somebody I didn't know, just saying something quite negatively about me, I'd feel really low and I really wouldn't want to go and see anybody, and my anxiety would just go over the roof.
If you see something online where perhaps someone is struggling with their own mental experiences and have used it as an out, as a way of expressing it, or is using it as a malicious tool, that can be quite damaging to you. And I think that has a real massive effect on your well-being in real life, not just online.
Social media can promote negative experiences such as inadequacy about your life and appearance, fear of missing out, isolation, and cyberbullying.
It's this harm psychiatrists want to stamp out. They're asking for social media giants to hand over our data so that researchers can learn about how content affects us.
Do you believe that social media negatively affects young adults, and why do you think this?
Yes, I do think it affects young adult social media because with social media, they can have certain posts on there that will kind of fit into that stereotype where the woman is always thin and the man is always muscular and fit. And if you're looking at those posts all the time, 24/7, from different social media apps like Instagram or Facebook, you're going to feel quite negatively about yourself. And you're going to think, why do I look like them? I should look like them, but I don't. And this can just make your depression worse because you just feel like you're not good enough for anyone. And on the anxiety side, you'll feel like you shouldn't go out because your friends and family shouldn't see you with this body.
One of the things that's so insidious about it is impression management.
Right.
Tell me what that means.
So it's sort of like a business card. You're putting your best face forward. People are not sharing things that make them look vulnerable or that have any sort of negative effect on the way that they're showing their face to the world. So, of course, everything that they're posting is sort of like a highlight reel.
And if you already feel quite negative about the way you look as well, and you see just posts of people looking the way you want to look, you're going to feel quite bad. Even if it is your friends, like, the post doesn't have to be negative. It could just be somebody doing a milestone about how much weight they've lost, for example, or just showing that they're at the gym, like nothing malicious. And you see that, and you could just think, well, I don't look like that.
So combine that with the fact, so you have an addicted generation that doesn't have the skill set to ask for help. Combined with the fact that they're so good at Facebook and Instagram, they're good at putting filters on everything. So they're good at showing you how smart and strong they are. These kids who commit suicide, you go look at their Instagrams, you would have no clue that they were depressed.
Now the big question is, how do you think social media negatively affects young adults who are suffering from anxiety and depression?
So, if you need support or advice, search Britain Get Talking for a list of organisations who can help.
Come on, Britain, get talking.